Hi everyone, and welcome to our first Les Miles show of the 2001 campaign. The 100th season of Oklahoma State football is underway, and thus the beginning of the Les Miles era. Unfortunately, it has started with a 17-9 loss to Southern Mississippi in Hattiesburg. My pleasure to welcome alongside the head coach of the Cowboys, Les Miles. And now that you've had time to think about the game, your general thoughts on the contest, Coach?
Felt like there were a lot of positives. Felt like the want to and the effort, which is essential to winning, was there. We need to make a couple adjustments in the turnovers, but it was a first effort, and it was one that we can improve on. And if that improvement takes place, we'll win.
I guess the disappointing thing is it really probably for a good 2.5, maybe 3/4 of the football game, I felt like your team had control of it.
When you look at how the game went, and if you look at the statistical makeup, we had a great opportunity to win this football game. I can't tell you, I'm sure you've heard a number of coaches say repeatedly, turnovers are the key statistic in any contest. And we gave our opponent 4 more opportunities at possessing the ball than we had ourselves.
Coming up, highlights of the opener at Southern Miss when the Les Miles show continues after this. Welcome back to the Les Miles show. The season opener was in Hattiesburg, Mississippi, a very tough place to win, the Roberts Stadium, where Southern Miss had won 19 of its last 22. A rainy day in Hattiesburg, Coach Miles. I think we all kind of felt like that might help your team a bit.
It was interesting. I don't know that you could have prepared. It was wet. It rained the entire time, and if it didn't rain, it drizzled, and there was moisture everywhere.
Your defense held Southern Miss on its first possession, then the first offensive play of the Les Miles era, a 42-yard completion, Pogi to Woods.
Wanted to get Rashaun on their corners early. Wanted to make a statement that we felt that our wide receivers were going to have advantages against their corners, and we did that.
Woods with a fine day, 10 catches for 139 yards. In fact, that's 1/3 of his total for all of last season. Unfortunately, on the next play, Tatum Bell with a nice run, but the first of your 4 fumbles lost.
Well, you figure that's our second offensive play. We're down inside the 20-yard line, and had we capitalized on that possession, the score could have been much different already.
But for the second time in 2 possessions, your defense stiffens and allows your team to keep the momentum.
Our defense played well enough for us to win. There was a strong performance, and one that Coach Clay and that defensive staff can build on.
So the second Southern Miss possession results in another punt, and a good return here by Terrence Davis Bryant gives you good field position to start on offense.
Our return teams were good. Our overall, our special teams performed very well in a season opener. Here's Tatum running the ball and showing vision and making cuts, and Rashaun, one of his catches. Rashaun was a great weapon for us all day.
Back-to-back throws, same play. Found something you liked, huh?
Well, the athletic director insisted that if we found something we liked, we need to stay with it. So I listened to him.
Had a 3rd and short situation here. Mike Denard, your fullback, comes up just short.
Felt like that Michael was a heck of an advantage for us. Really, the offensive line was too. So we wanted to test him right away, and we did unsuccessfully. Our Luke Phillips came in and kicked 3 field goals and really performed for us, all day.
That was a 41-yard field goal by Phillips to give OSU a 3-0 lead. Hey, here's a 3rd and 12 conversion. Aso Pogi to Rashaun Woods.
Something we worked on all summer, and Aso's pretty comfortable with it. Here they interfere with Rashaun, and he was a weapon for us all day, and obviously they were concerned with him.
Unfortunately, turnover number 2 ensues.
The thing that we have to do there is, even when something bad happens, we got to keep the ball in our possession.
3 plays later, Southern Miss takes it down the field. Touchdown play of 20 yards. gives the Golden Eagles a lead.
When you look at that turnover and then that score, as a coach, that's game management. We need to get a sure hand on that ball. The Rashaun, we have the same little screen that they had. Didn't quite have the same success, but we will in the future. TD played well all day. Bryant's going to be a great weapon for us, and we look forward to seeing him get loose.
And here's Mike Denard, the fullback you really like, rumbling ahead for 11 yards.
Yeah, we think that he's going to give us a real weapon inside all year. And then another one of Luke Phillips's field goals, and it's a 7-6 football game.
25-yard field goal cut the Southern Miss lead to 7-6. But in the second quarter and late in the first quarter, we saw why Jeff Kelly is one of the best quarterbacks in the South. He really got hot.
Well, Kelly is a competitor and smart, and they have a receiving core that catches the ball well. And if you look at these plays, in my opinion, that they're making, they're well defended. I mean, our defense is right there on the ball, and I'm excited with the play. I know there's a little improvement there, and we could have had a greater difference.
Tough break for your football team here. Midway through the second quarter, Scott Elder's punt is fumbled by Chad Williams. Recovery made by Kyle Beck, but it's all for naught, an illegal shift call against your punt team.
We were penalized much less than they were, but those are the kinds of mistakes that you just have to avoid. And they were going to give us a turnover, but we just didn't let them.
That previous play, an unbelievable catch by Chris Johnson, but your defense holds and keeps Southern Miss out of the end zone. Boy, it was huge.
Yes, and our corner, Michael Cooper, on that play he was all over that pass play, and had he just knocked it out of there, they would not have been down in there. I want you to know something. I'm excited with the play of our defense.
Brant Hanna's short field goal gave Southern Miss a 17-6 halftime advantage. The second half, healthy return by Chris Massey, but he loses the football. Southern Miss recovers with good field position, but the defense responds. Southern Miss did not score a reverse, and Kareem Smith, the junior college transfer, with the first of two big plays in this drive.
Kareem Smith played, showed up on several plays, and we felt his presence at times all Saturday.
Here is the second of those big plays, a fake field that goes awry, and Kareem, if he catches that cleanly, scores on it.
If he catches that cleanly, I think they'd be hard-pressed to catch him.
Here's a big play late in the third quarter. Cowboys trying to get something going. Excellent completion, more than 30 yards. Pogi to John Lewis.
John Lewis is going to be a weapon for us, something that we're going to have to use repeatedly throughout the season. Nice little shovel underneath to Tatum Bell.
Drive continues. Woods with one of his 10 catches. Gets you good field position inside the 20, and Phillips with his third field goal in 3 attempts cuts it to an 8-point deficit.
Really playing good football at that time. Feel like we have every opportunity to win.
Late in the third quarter, Cowboys on the move again. Pogi to Rashaun Woods. It looks like the Cowboys have some momentum as the third quarter comes to a close. Tatum Bell with some good individual effort there.
We are. There are some real positives that this team is showing. So,
unfortunately, though, as we get into the fourth quarter, in the opening moments of the fourth quarter, a first down completion to Rashaun Woods and another fumble, Coach.
We have to learn how to carry that ball in traffic. If we don't, there'll be some bad Saturdays.
But the defense held again, giving you a chance. The offense comes right back. Here's Terrence Davis Bryant with another great individual effort.
He was a couple steps from breaking it all the way at least 2 times Saturday. So this is a good job by Pogi. They have a coverage, and he pulls it down and runs it for 8. This here was a third and short that was going to be a great opportunity at a completion and a touchdown, but didn't work out.
Southern Miss trying to run out the clock, but your defense once again stiffened and gave your team a chance to get the ball back and tie the football game. They really did a nice job when the breaks were going against them with the turnovers and sometimes the field position situations you faced. They came up with some good plays and allowed you to have a chance. Coming up on the final moments of the game, Terrence Davis Bryant gets the punt return. You're able to advance the ball down the field and give yourself a chance, Coach.
Well, we're going to win in our minds right now, and we're going down there to tie this game up. That ball is going to be marked on about the 10-yard line or so, until we get an unfortunate penalty. I'm not certain how great a call that was, but we have to learn not to make crucial mistakes. And this was a good call by theirs. We had a nice play designed. They made us throw hot underneath the first down mark, and we were unable to convert that first down.
Well, as we talked about, the turnovers were certainly the issue of the football game. 4 lost fumbles in the contest. Southern Miss had none. And I guess the fact of the matter is, though, fortunate in some respects to be on the road and be down only 8, given the fact that you had the mistakes.
We eliminate those turnovers. And this football team maintains its fight and its effort, then we'll have a lot better Sundays. So.
Coming up, our Tom Dirato catches up with Dwayne Levels, the Cowboys' outstanding linebacker. That's coming up after this when the Les Miles Show continues. Welcome back to the Les Miles Show. You know, Dwayne Levels is what you look for in a student athlete, a fierce competitor both on the field and in the classroom. This week, our Tom Dirato visits with Dwayne on the Southwestern Bell 2-minute drill.
Well, Dwayne, a little different role for you this season, voted one of the captains, and I know that's a role you take very seriously.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it just shows my teammates have a lot of respect for what I do and who I am, you know, and to me that's the most honor you can get from your teammates. It's something that have them look up to you and say, hey, we want you to be our captain, we want you to be our leader. And to me, that's something I take, you know, a lot of pride in, and I'm going to go out there and just do it to the best of my ability.
You had a chance to leave for the NFL early. What changed your mind?
Just that. You know, being able to come back and knowing that I still have another chance to experience, you know, a winning season and, you know, go to another bowl and just, you know, enjoy my college years, because, you know, you never could get those back, you know, and I don't want to leave college, you know, thinking what if, you know, with any regrets or, you know, wondering did I miss anything, or wondering what would it be like if I had went to another bowl, or this would have happened, this and this. So I think, you know, by coming back, it gives me another opportunity to go out there and explore those things.
Let's talk about one of those new coaches that have joined Les Miles here, Bill Clay, the defensive coordinator, veteran of the collegiate wars. He brings a little different X and O philosophy in this year. How has it impacted you, and how's it been accepted by the defense?
I think the defense personnel have been, you know, very accepted to this new defensive scheme. They're excited, you know, because it gives us a chance to go out there and just make plays. You know, it's simpler than the defense we had in the past, but at the same time, it's very effective. You know, and it's to me, you know, just going out there and be able not to think and just have fun and make plays. That's what, you know, playing defense is all about. You know, you have the guys around you flying around, making tackles, making plays. You know, that just brings more excitement to the game and to this team.
I know all too well from experience, your linebackers are going to be only as good as those big fellas up front who can keep the offensive linemen off you.
Yeah, I'm excited to see Llewellyn Brown and Kevin Williams, you know, get started this year. You know, they worked real hard in the spring and in the summer, and you've seen them come around. You've seen them, you know, have a lot of confidence, and they're, you know, quicker off the ball, you know, stronger up front, and I'm just, you know, excited to play behind them.
You work as hard in the classroom as you do in the weight room. That's been one of your hallmarks since you've been here, and that takes the same discipline.
Yeah, to me, I think, you know, you can't be one without the other. You can't be an outstanding player without being an outstanding student. You know, I like to, you know, I don't necessarily consider myself the best student, but I like to be a hard-working student. You know, and I think that, you know, because football is not promised, you know, and every day is not promised. And, you know, this thing can be taken away from me at any time, and I want to have something to fall back on, you know, and to move on with my life and not be, you know, stuck, well, I didn't finish school, but I played for this many years, you know. And I think that you have to balance out the two, and I think that, you know, I've accomplished that.
You've been mentioned, and rightfully so, in line for many postseason honors this year, but those honors are not Dwayne Levels. Dwayne Levels is all about team success.
Yeah, I mean, you know, those things come with the territory. I think, you know, I go out there and play, you know, me and my teammates go out there and have fun and have some success on the field, that all those things fall into place and take care of themselves after the season. You know, it's not a matter of, hey, I have to do this to get this after the season. You know, that'll take care of itself. If you play hard and put all, you know, your heart into it and put everything you have into it, it'll take care of itself, and I'll see those things at the end of the season. You
see another Dwayne Levels under construction, so to speak, with the young players?
I think we have a lot of, you know, potential strong leaders on this team. You know, you look at the offense, you have Aso, who is, you know, outstanding, you know, and have someone like a Woods and, you know, Tatum Bell. You know, defense, I see like, you know, Terrence Robinson, who is just, you know, an exciting player. You know, you have Kevin Williams and Waylon Brown up front, and Massey and Craig in the secondary. So I think, you know, you have a lot of potential strong leaders on this team, which is only going to make this team stronger in the future.
He's exactly what we look for in a collegiate student athlete. Dwayne is providing a lot of leadership to this team, and I'm very thankful that he is a major part of our football team.
He is a special player indeed. Coming up, some final thoughts with the head coach, Les Miles. Stay with us. Welcome back to the Les Miles Show. The home opener is coming up this week in Stillwater as the Cowboys take on Louisiana Tech. And, Coach, a couple of traditions, one that will begin and one that is carried on here in Stillwater for a number of years. The orange peel will happen the night before the game. That's a long-time tradition here in Stillwater. And also you're starting something called the Walk, which will be part of the pregame festivities.
We're staying at the Student Union Hotel right on campus, and we're going to walk down Hester prior to our games, and just felt like the reason that our players play, that really any college player plays, is for his school, for his family, for the professors, for the students that are in his class, and it kind of ties the motivation walking right from the center of campus to the stadium, and we want them to be focused on why they're playing the game just before we kick it off.
Louisiana Tech is a football team that has had a history of pulling off some upsets. They've beaten Alabama and others during the course of their history. Your general thoughts on the Bulldogs?
Well, I think it's going to be a very difficult win. We have to focus on beating Louisiana Tech and drop the emotion of our first contest. And if we do that, we'll have success. It'll be fun to be in the confines of our own stadium, Lewis Field. And but there's things we have to accomplish in this time frame between now and then.
Coach, as a final thought, you liked a lot about your team's effort in Hattiesburg, but you have high standards, sir.
Well, I told them before we took the field, I said that I expected great effort, and I expected an all-out play, and that was there. And that's the bottom line for a good football team. And then now, if we can adjust some of the other parts of it, we'll be a good football team before the season's over.
Coach, good luck to you this week. Hopefully we'll be talking about a win.
Yeah, I agree with you, Dave.
Sounds good. Glad you tuned in with us. We'll review the Louisiana Tech game next week on our second edition of the Les Miles Show. Thanks for watching.